My name is Monica Madrid, and I am with Football is Sexy. And yes, this is a very sexy set, and I am so happy to be here. If it looks a little different, is because it is. I am here with iconic Kimberly Lovey and my girl Kira. And who knows where this is going to go, but it's going to be fun. We're going to talk all things women, football, probably entrepreneurship, women supporting women. I feel like this is going to be a really fun and exciting and I don't know, I think a pretty sexy podcast
episode.
I mean, look at this set. We can't be anything but sexy.
As you were saying earlier, how did we meet?
We met in San Francisco, Super Bowl Media Row on one of the crazy days. I think it was like Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm not sure what day, but it was
It's
fun
all a blur.
and insanity, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
insane.
alone, I mean, was that your guys' first time there?
It was my second, and it was
my first.
Okay.
How about you?
That was my second.
Oh, so you were in New Orleans.
I was in New Orleans. Were you there?
Yeah.
How do we miss each other?
It, like you said, it's all a blur.
It really is, actually. Here was a difference. So in New Orleans, I was stationary. So I had a space and everyone came to us. This time I didn't have a space. And so I didn't really know how that was going to work out. And so now I've had both.
Okay, I'm dying to ask you this.
Yes.
Which was better?
There's pros and cons.
Okay, walk us through this because this is important.
This is what we want to know.
There's pros and cons. I think I felt more energy to not have a space because I felt like I wasn't in prison and I felt like I could move and go be with the people.
Yes.
The space felt a little more constrictive, but it was also nice to have people brought to you and you didn't have to like be out in the wild because it really is kind of like
The wild.
I was literally, someone said you did a great job, hosting, talking to all these people. If they only knew, I was not prepared. It might have looked like it, but I was not prepared. I mean, I ended up talking to Pat McAfee. I ended up talking to Cooper DeJean. All these.
Ooh.
But what people don't know is I literally ran right into them. And then you're just like, whatever came to my mind is what I said. Like I had I won't do that next year. I will have more of a specific approach, some questions, but like I really winged it.
But you kind of have to. And we actually talked about this in our Super Bowl debrief. The thing is that it's so hard because you don't always know who's going to be there.
You don't.
So it's really difficult. Like, when you were just saying you'd be prepared, it reminds me of how they would prepare back in the day for like the red carpet where they would have like the hosts, like Juliana Rancic, for example, they would have like books of all the talent that was going to be there or possibly could be there. And they would have everything prepped. It's like almost like that level of like prep that you'd have to do.
Yeah.
I mean, because you just don't know who's going to be there, right?
And there's a preparation where you're just, I say it lightly, let's put it that way, lightly, because you're just not going to be prepared. You're just not. Like I ran into Adam Rank, who's like part of the fantasy football world. And I'm like literally on the way to go get chicken for like, I only had like a few minutes
Those
to
chicken
eat.
wings?
Yeah, those chicken wings,
chicken
right?
wings, yeah. and
My
the
team
waffles.
was like, dude, can we eat? And I'm like,
Or no,
all right.
pretzels.
I'm like, if we stop, I know we're going to miss probably 5 people, but I had to feed my team. I'm not an eater, so I really didn't care, but my team wanted to stop, so we stopped. But on the way, like, then we run into like an Adam Rank, and then we run into like just the most random people, and I have my mic there, and I'm like, I ran into Christian. I don't never know how to say her last name right. Yusek.
Oh, use check.
Oh, yeah.
I met her and that's how she said it's use check.
Check.
Use check.
Thank you.
Oh, she told
and
you.
would think
Use-
Yeah, not to name drop that, but I heard it from the horse's mouth, so I feel like I should say.
Use check. And
What did the horse say? Yeah.
Yeah, and I ran right into her, and we said hi because I actually have been honored and blessed enough to be in the suite with her, watching 49er games through some friends of Claire Kittle and Shelly Tell, and so I was saying hi, and we were just kind of briefly talking. And then I had the mic, and I'm like, oh, I guess I should ask you some questions while my mom. I'm like, do you mind? I felt bad, but she's like, I think she did it because she just was being nice because she was on the way to another podcast. You know what I mean? So
We know what you mean.
We know
you know what I mean? So she took a
Yes.
few minutes and
The walking interview.
that's exactly what
The
it was.
walking interview.
The walking interview. Most everybody was nice. There's only one person who I should release this video. I'm probably gonna do it, but it's me
Do it.
saying. So everyone's like, "Oh, there's this guy, and he's a big wide receiver." I'll tell you the name in a minute. And I'm like, I don't like being intrusive, and I don't like feeling like I'm not wanted. Okay, like this could go into more of my childhood, I'm sure. But like, you know what I mean? I don't like feeling like I'm not supposed to be here, or I always want to be where I'm wanted, right?
Yeah. Same.
So I just had a feeling this wasn't going to go well, just because I know who he is, I know how he acts. So he's walking down like a stage. He just got off a podcast, and everybody's there. Okay, and he walks down. And people are kind of trying to ask him. And I could just tell by his demeanor. But then my team is like, go, go, go. And I'm like, oh, like this is not comfortable.
Icky.
So I go to try. I'm like, I don't know what. I think I said, hey, do you agree that football is sexy? You know?
Yes, let's go.
He didn't even look at me. He looked, he didn't even,
Okay.
he looked straight. And then this girl came who was like clearly with him. Totally cut me off, pretty much pushed me and said, we can't talk to you, and was so rude. And I looked at the camera, just being Monica, and I'm like, and that is why I'm not an Eagles fan.
Oh.
You can guess who it was. And you're the first to hear it. I've never talked about this.
Wow.
Really? Okay, wide receiver on the Eagles. Would this be AJ Brown?
Absolutely. Ding,
Wow,
ding, ding.
you
Are you
nailed
proud
that.
of me? I've learned something the last couple
I am
years.
so impressed.
That was good.
And
That
Cooper
was-
DeJean is.
I was
DeJean.
lost.
I
I'll
heard.
be honest. I had no idea.
That's okay.
I only know Jalen Hurts, even though
Yeah.
I've met. Well, I know some of the guys that I personally met, but if I haven't personally met them, I don't know them. Even though my husband is a diehard Eagles fan.
I know, but you guys have like Philly roots and Eagles fandom.
yeah,
in your
I'm
blood.
really more
So-
Rams.
but I have
he's
that
Eagles.
clip.
We're split house. Yeah.
But I had that clip.
Wait.
I literally look in the camera. I'm like, and that is why I'm not an Eagles fan.
Wait, are you gonna release that clip?
I don't know.
That's. I mean,
What do you
it's
think?
I mean, it's kind
saucy.
of funny. I could do that. I'm kidding. You know, and I think that, talk about that. So a lot of people ask, well, what's hard about doing what you're doing?
Well, we
that's
have
part
to
of it.
explain what you're doing.
Oh,
So
okay.
we didn't even tell our audience. We just dove head first.
Oh yeah, tell your audience.
Well, you're going to tell us if you could, Monica, for those that are we got so excited. We just dove in head first, everybody. But my PR lady, I became aware of you because my PR lady, Julie shout out Julie, I owe you a phone call. She is the one that said before Super Bowl, you knew who I know, because we were talking about the fact that
good.
we don't know who's going to be there.
Right.
And so we were unpacking that together.
Yeah.
And one thing she said was, well, you know who I know is definitely going to be there? I said, who's going to be there? She said, Monica from Football is Sexy. And I was like, she's like, have you heard of her? I said,
like,
no.
who's that? Yeah.
And she said she has a podcast. And I was like, done. Like, I'm a podcast whore.
Yeah,
I will
I love
totally
it.
let's go podcast. So I started consuming your content and I was like, I just love the brand. And then I loved that you seemed like really like you knew what you were talking about and you were interviewing players. And I was like, that's someone I'd love to meet. So she brought you over to our booth however that all happened. And so that's how I was aware of you.
Oh, I love you.
So
shout out, Julie.
Shout out, Julie. Can you tell us about how this came to be, this podcast, and what is the essence of it?
Yeah,
and your
absolutely.
brand?
So I've been a diehard football fan my entire life. My biological dad, I say that because I have two dads I was blessed with, but my biological dad was a diehard football sports fan, period. And he was from the Bay. So I grew up Niners, San Francisco Giants, Warriors, like I'm a Bay girl. But my parents divorced early, so I moved to Orange County. So I grew up in Orange County, but I always went back to spend time with my dad. And when you're going to spend time with my dad, we're going to games. It just is what it is. I was his only kid, probably wanted a boy, ended up having me and was like, shit, I'm going to take her anyway. And he took me anyway. And he taught me everything about sport. I always say he taught me everything that's most important about life: women, sports, and music. So there you go.
Yes.
And so, and 8-ball and 9-ball and darts and dice, and he was that guy. He was like, everybody knew Joe. And anyway, when he passed of cancer in 2014, it was devastating. And it's still, even all this time later, I could still get choked up about it. But
Yes.
I went through all his things and had to take care of, how we do. And I realized that all my favorite pictures that I was going through and cleaning out his house were like wrapped around football. Everything was wrapped around football. And my favorite memories, pictures. And then it just dawned on me, I'm like, God, like, what would I have had without football? It bonded.
We cry all the time on my podcast.
Oh, okay. So it's okay?
I lost my mom last year.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So, well, actually, 2024. And just yesterday I was bawling
I'm so sorry
about her. So you are in very safe space to cry about
These
about-
couches are still a little damp
you
from
are-
last week.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
It-
You're in
tears.
good company.
It all this time, it's still there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I went through, and I just thought about, I had just this tremendous gratitude for what the game gave me. And I thought about it, and I'm like, God, like, it always floored me that, like, some women just don't know football. I just couldn't understand, like, some of all of my friends practically. So my whole life, cut to, I've always taught people football. You can ask anyone. Anybody in my life, if they were here, they would be like, we are not surprised that she ended up starting Football Sexy. Like, she has taught all of us football. She's been like, I just always was like, you got to go to game. I was that girl. And so teaching it was natural to me. So after my dad died, I didn't go to a game for 2 years. I just couldn't
do
wasn't
it.
ready.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. New stadium. It's interesting to me that my dad passed when Candlestick closed. It was just the end of an era for me, and I was like, I'm not going to Levi. I'm just not. But then eventually I could hear his voice being like, you got to get back out there. You got to go. So 2 years later, September, I'm going to a game, and I just thought, what do women do that don't know football? Like, it really was shocking to me.
It would be so boring.
It was so weird. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to teach the game. And because what if they don't have a Papa Joe in their life or somebody? So I decided to throw a football boot camp. And within seconds, I was like, well, what am I going to call this? Like you, I don't do anything half-assed. If I'm going to do it, it's going to be right. And so I feel like it came from the heavens because it just said Football Sexy. So it was a Football Sexy boot camp. I put it on Facebook. 40 women showed up.
Wow.
And I didn't know if anyone would show up, but I was like, okay, well, I still want to make this a great event, even if 5 people show up. So I did a playbook. So back then I came up with 12 things that you need to know to learn football. That was like a nod to my sobriety because I'm also sober. So I'm like 12 steps, we'll do 12 lessons. And then drinks and pizza and football. Like, this is a win.
Yes.
Then I was like, well, what if they want a shirt? Let me get a shirt. So then I came up with my logo, which is still my logo today. And really, that is how Football is Sexy started, is I wanted to teach the game to women that really didn't have a Papa Joe in their life, because I truly could tell you story after story after story of how just wearing a 49er hat, I met somebody who's now my friend 15 years later, or wearing something football has introduced me to people. And I always tell people it is absolutely imperative, especially if you're single, to wear something sports related, because
Ooh,
yeah.
what a hack.
I have stories about
That
that.
is
what
such
you
a
do,
good dating hack.
It's huge. It's huge. And I want Football Sexy to be out in the world, because I want that same nod for not just the Niners or Dallas Cowboy or Eagles. I want women to be, one day, my dream is like, oh, she's Football Sexy. Oh, football. Are you learning or you're diehard? I want that to evoke conversation where women can give that nod too.
That is so
That's my dream.
amazing. And
awesome.
your dream's happening. It's not that it will happen, it is happening.
Yeah.
And I say that from watching you at Super Bowl. Like, that's why you're here.
Oh, thank you.
I love the entire, first of all, the authenticity. So our company, you know, we build and scale digital media. That's what we do.
Okay.
So we build brands, right? So the fact that you started with the underpinning of how we build brands, which is authenticity.
100%.
Like, it is your story because you just cried explaining your brand. That tells me, by the way, I'm so sorry for your loss again.
no, thank you.
And
He
I have
would-
to say,
yeah, he
what
would
a
be so
nod
happy.
to your father and what a beautiful story in your brand. Like,
Yeah.
it really is.
Thank you.
It really signifies his impact on your life, and it's a way to honor him.
100.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I just absolutely love that part of your story and your
Yeah.
brand.
Thank you.
In addition to the fact that it's just a great brand.
Yeah.
And it's something we can all join in on. And, you know, it's so funny because Kira and you, and, you know, both of you guys are much more ahead on your football journey. And I'm really at the beginning of my football journey, and for different reasons, of course. But this idea of taking away the intimidation factor, like I can say is like your ideal customer.
Yeah.
You know, for those of us that I've been around football, but I've been at the Super Bowl parties to like have the snacks, have the drinks, and see my friends.
Yeah.
And yes, it is boring on Sundays.
You're the one that's walking in front of my TV
Yes, and
on
you're like,
fourth
"Get out of
and
the
one.
way.
I'm like, get
out.
of the way.
Or
Absolutely.
talking at the beginning of a
Oh,
play,
my
like, oh
goodness,
gosh, I've just
stop.
started kind of uninviting some of my
So
friends.
I'm that.
Can't do it.
I was that girl, and by the grace of God, I've been kind of accidentally fell into this world through personal friendships, actually.
Yeah.
But I love that you're making it accessible because, you know, tell me what you think of this. I think part of the reason why women aren't engaged in football is because, you know, it's a sport we didn't personally play. So, you know, it's harder to
Right.
really know the rules and really understand
Yeah.
and fully appreciate any of the games, any sport.
Right.
If you like, it's different when you've played the sport, you know?
100%.
So I think it's very intimidating that I've never played it. It's very male dominated, but that is what I love so much about what you have both done because Kira's done
This
this
is crazy.
too.
yeah.
But making it something that's accessible. And I think all of this is going to change a lot with flag football.
Yeah.
So it's going to
So
explode.
We're the first sports brand. I always say that. My attorneys also said they were a shock, but we're the first sports brand that I'm aware of that actually teaches and talks a sport. And I do have the other sports trademarked as well. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, like baseball,
Yeah.
sexy hockey,
Oh,
sexy.
let's
You
go.
can get shirts
Smart
on
woman.
That's what I need now.
You can get shirts on our website with the other sports. I just haven't launched it yet because
One at a time.
One thing at a time.
one thing at a time, and I'm more of a football person.
Yes.
But I have a big vision and plan, and it's just me, which maybe we should talk about later. But all that to
you.
say, like, it's really important to me, and that's why I'm so glad. I hope that women feel comfortable on our page. And here's the difference, and this is true. When I started Football is Sexy, I originally had it where women teach and talk football. I was going to be teaching heavy. But then something happened, and I realized I was getting so many follows from diehard fans.
Wow.
And, you know, let your audience determine what
Yes.
you do, right? So I switched it. Now it's talk and teach. And then I thought also strategically, it's easier for a diehard fan to tell a new fan to come
Right.
on board versus the other way around, right?
Right.
And I also realized that there was not a space for diehard women football fans.
Amazing.
I would go on a Yahoo page or ESPN page, NFL page, and start talking ball, what we call it ball, right? And start putting your opinion out there.
Right.
And within minutes, I would get, as soon as someone realized that I was a girl, woman, female, whatever you want to say, You don't know what you're talking.
Hey.
I mean, it's 2026. I can't believe I have to say this. You don't know what
No.
you're talking about. Go back to the kitchen. Make me a sandwich.
No, misogyny is alive
wrong?
and
Am I
well
wrong?
in the
That's
fan department.
insane. Oh,
And
I did not know that,
badly.
you guys.
And
I didn't know that.
Oh, it's
yeah.
bad.
Oh,
it's
get
bad.
out of
And now I got to
town.
defend not only myself and my Niners. You know what I mean? That's a lot to defend. That's a lot to defend. And so on my page,
Oh my gosh.
the women know, and the men. By the way, we have thousands and thousands of men followers that love what we do.
Yes,
love
let's
talking
go.
ball. They give us mad respect, and that's the difference on our
We
page.
need more men like that.
You don't see it. You don't see that kind of talk on my page because I've only had to block 5 people in 3 years.
Wow.
That's
And
really
sadly,
amazing.
3 of them were women. So
Whoa.
they started going, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know, this is, and it's definitely like, make your opinion. But keep it, don't make it ugly and don't
Yeah.
make it personal. But talk trash all day long. 'Cause
Right.
That's what we do. That's part of the fun.
Right.
But I'm not okay with people talking about how you look and how much you weigh.
No, that's low
And
vibration.
that-
We're
we're
not
not
here for
doing
that.
that.
And your gender and, X,
yeah.
Y, and Z.
And people know because they tag me and I'm like, got it. And I get, if it's not that bad, I will literally respond, hey, you may or may not know, but we don't do that here.
That's great. I love that you set that tone. in
Yeah,
your
and a
brand.
few of the guys have actually, you know what, you're right, I'm sorry. And
Oh.
some not, and they just got blocked. But I don't, very few. But I think going to my point is like, I'm hoping that women like yourself feel comfortable enough to come on our page. And you may or may not know this, but also when I post, I try to post where I give you a little bit more than the other pages so that someone like you could get the context of why that's funny.
Right. That
And
helps.
without even asking.
Well, because here's the thing. I want to say this to everyone listening, whether you watch, you participate, or you don't. This is the thing that really hooked me. And I've told you this, Kira. The thing is that, first of all, football's like a telenovela, okay?
It really is.
There's nothing more joyful. But you get to know, it's not just about the games and the stats and all the things. So that's absolutely obviously at the forefront of all of it. But it's a level of transparency that is unprecedented. It's abnormal. And we've talked about this, but this is part of why it makes it oh so juicy.
Yeah.
Is because, for example, I was shocked on, I guess they call it Black Monday. I don't know if you've heard that term.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
Getting
was
fired.
shocked. Everybody gets fired on, so at the end of the season on Monday,
Yeah.
everybody, all the football outlets are posting who got fired.
Yeah.
It is full transparency who got fired. And they don't sugarcoat it. They're like, this coach got fired. That coach got fired. You know, so on and so forth. So then you're like, wait a minute, they got fired. And for me, I'm like, oh my God, I hope they're okay. Like, are their families okay? I get all worried.
And all
you
the
know.
fans are like, thank God.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And I'm
Good
like, oh my
riddance.
gosh, that's so
About
sad.
time.
I'm like, oh my God, they must feel so embarrassed. Everybody can see they got fired. I feel so bad. And then what happens is then they start going into all the openings that are available.
Yep.
This team needs a coach. This team, there's 13 openings and this many coaches. And then you're like, oh my God, well, I hope this one guy that seemed really nice, I hope that he gets a new
so cute.
job.
No. Yeah.
And so
We're like, yeah, no.
There's
all
no
of a
room for
sudden,
secrets in the NFL. People
you're
are betting
roped
on
in.
this stuff.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are roped in. It's a telenovela. It's a saga.
Oh, 100%.
And then, yeah.
And people don't realize that, you know, this guy's brother is a head coach on the other team, or
Right.
his best man is the head coach of the Rams. And you're just like, what?
Oh,
So we're
yeah.
It is
friends
yeah.
with 2 brothers in the league. This
Okay.
is what I mean about personal relationships.
Okay.
We literally, because of our geography, we have a lot of, obviously like the Rams headquarters was not even 2 miles from here. They just moved. They're now 8 miles from here. But because of that, I know a lot of these people, coaches,
Right.
offensive, defensive players, this one and that one, not as Rams. I know them as dads or
Right.
moms.
Right.
So like you meet enough of these people and you know, our kids are having play dates and all this kind of stuff. And you have no idea that they're like, I'm at this point so naive. I have no idea how big of a deal this is.
Right.
Genuinely no
Right.
idea. And like a moron. But I got lambasted by one of my friends is a coach, and the mother-in-law turned to me and said, you can't be working in the NFL and not know what's going on. She And I was like, okay, point taken, ma'am.
Yeah.
So that's
humbled.
and so humbled. But
Yeah.
then you're like, but yeah. So anyway, it gets to be a real thrilling event. I mean, a set of events. It's and now we have Combine. We were going to go to Combine.
Oh, yeah. Did you?
We're not going, and thank goodness, because from what I understand, there's flight cancel. There's a lot happening on the East Coast, But I want to go to as much as I can now.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot, and it's because it's literally just me still. I need to figure out my next season. What am I going to do?
Are you talking about for your podcast?
Everything. So
are you still teaching courses? That's what I wanted to know.
So I'm just about ready to start.
Okay.
I wasn't able to continue because then everything took off. So right now we have the social media alone is a 24/7 job.
Oh,
and I do it all.
Telling us.
Oh, we know. We live this.
So I got the social media. I have the Football Sexy podcast.
Yep.
It's weekly. I have, we do some live events. We did the Super Bowl live. It was my first live podcast, by the way. I don't know if you heard it yet. It's really good, by the way.
Oh,
You should
okay.
check it out.
Oh, I will.
I'm really excited about it.
Congratulations.
What we did it at the Ice House, and I actually gave 3 awards out for the Content Creator of the Year for teaching and for a diehard fan. So I gave out, and a Trailblazer Award. And John Sally, 4-time NBA champion, came and did it with us. So I really am excited, and I actually was listening to that today because I wasn't able to listen to it back. It's just, I love a live audience.
Oh, you do?
I do.
That's good
I
to
do.
know.
I probably cussed a little too much, but other than that, it was great. But all that to say, and then I'm working on something that is groundbreaking, and that should be, when everything's said and done, it should be out by July.
Wow.
Ooh, okay.
Teaser.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
You guys need to
When we go to lunch.
She's okay. When we go to lunch,
Yeah.
we'll get the tea.
When
But
we go to
this is
lunch.
why you guys need to follow Monica at Football is Sexy,
It's
because
gonna be
she
big.
is moving and shaking, and that's why we are so drawn to you. In addition to everything we love,
and
your
getting a
brand.
good sense that you were a good human. Like we only surround ourselves with good,
We have
hard,
a strict
working
no assholes
people.
policy in our company.
Yes.
Very strict.
I honestly thank you for that, because I'm telling you, and this is what I'm going to write the book. I'm like, I'm starting the book this week, and I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be as honest as I can, but I mean, some of these people I'm still around,
Tricky.
and it's tricky. But to your point, I literally, like, when Kimberly said, hey, you want to come to my studio? Without even looking at my schedule, I'm like, absolutely. And that's because of you. That's because of you guys. Because I remembered just how cool you guys were. Like,
Aw, so sweet.
and I'm being honest, I'm so busy. I'm so tired. I would use this time to rejuvenate.
Yes.
But when you texted me, like, without even thinking, I was like, oh my God, yeah, wherever. I don't care if it's 2 hours, like, I'm going. Because you guys were just so
that means
cool
so
and kind.
much.
And I, too, read positive energy. And so I didn't think twice about it. And not, I'm nobody, by the way. It's not like I'm like some like celebrity who like, no, but I'm just like, I'm tired a lot of times, to be quite honest.
You're for
So if
sure,
I'm gonna
people.
if I'm going to put on my makeup, it's got to be worth it. You know
Listen,
what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
You get
honey.
it.
You have to pay
Oh my
me to
God.
put a face on, right, Kira?
It's happening a lot more lately than you would probably
Against
want.
my will. Again, like, I try and do the least across. I mean, not because I'm lazy, because I'm fucking spread thin and I'm tired of shit.
You
I
get
got
it.
3 young kids. I got
Yeah.
a business. I mean, it's a lot going on, all of us. But that is really kind of you. But same with us. We saw you. We debriefed and we were like, Monica, she's a hustler. She's
Yeah, you
grinding.
were a
she's
highlight.
building. She's going somewhere. But more importantly, we just fucking loved her.
And we love the concept, and it's just, when you get kind of like chills up your arms and the back of your neck when you like meet someone and you're like, you're gonna matter to me.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know exactly how, but that there's sort of like a divine like feeling for a second
It
where you're
is.
like, okay, something's gonna happen between us. Like, there's
Yes, I
synergy
love
here.
that.
Yeah.
And every time in my life I've followed that impulse, it's panned out well.
I love that.
100%.
Like when I met Kira, I was like, you are
Yeah.
amazing.
I was like, something is gonna happen here.
Yeah.
I don't, you don't have to prescribe what.
No. But you just gotta follow.
You gotta follow
We're
it.
really
Yeah.
big on like leading with our intuition.
yes.
Like we're a very, we are a very elevated team, not in terms of like status or social, none of that. But I mean, like almost energetically,
Right.
I would say.
I get that.
We're
I see that. I feel that.
good. That's literally, it's just the most important thing. Like we were saying earlier, my whole company is built on making an impact and making money and having fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be around assholes. We don't want negativity. It's just
We've all
not-
been burned,
Yeah.
and you start to funnel your life. You're like, okay, or filter, I should say, rather. Like, how can I have a system in place to ensure that I'm operating at the highest level always?
100%.
And like you want to be excited to get out of bed every day.
100%.
And you're a hustler, right? Like you're never, we were saying earlier, like you're never going to retire. I didn't need this job. You didn't need this job, right? And it's like at the end of the day, like I am stoked. Like our whole team, even JV back there, he was saying like he's wearing a bunch of hats and like this is his favorite day. And Kira's like, oh, good. Like it's, being in studios, like putting on your favorite hat.
Yeah.
And it's exciting to all of us to like do what we're doing, even
Right.
though it is hard work and it
Yeah.
can be stressful and all the things.
Yeah.
That's going to come with no matter what you pick.
Right.
You might as well pick something you actually like sometimes
100%.
or most of the time. Right.
100%.
Yeah, and that's
100%.
why we were so drawn to you, is because you had that ethos of like, I am fully into my brand. My brand is who I am, 1st of all. It's a full representation, which is why we look for brands that we want to build, we want to build brands as authentically as possible because of that.
Right.
Because only then is it like you have to be your brand.
Girl,
Right?
that I'm telling you, people. So check this out. You'll appreciate this. So I wrote my memoir in 2000 after my dad passed. And what kicked off the memoir, it's called The Next Quiet Voice. It is out right now. When Prince passed away, I was a huge Prince fan. I got to spend time with him. It's a whole thing. So growing up, everybody knew two things about me. I'm a huge Prince fan and I'm a huge 49er fan, football fan. Like that was all you needed to know.
That's your brand. That's who you are.
That's the brand. So when this all happened, like nobody was surprised. I was surprised because I
it didn't come to you yet.
so check this out. So I believe it's on page 287. So I talked about my whole life, which I have a lot of ups and downs, a lot of life lessons in there. I lived 9 lives. The tagline on the book is called "How Broken Dreams Can Lead to Spiritual Freedom."
Oh, wow.
Just to give you an idea, there was times when I just wanted to check out. I thought I was going to be this. I thought I was going to be famous and have a record deal. And when you lose that at an early age, you don't know how to process that. So I went through a lot. There's been a lot. But on page 287, I couldn't believe it. I think I figured this out like a year ago. Sometimes you go back to your own words. And I was in a little bit of a down. My other dad had passed away, by the way, hippie dad. And so I don't know, somehow I went back to my own words in my book. And I was like, wait, what? And on 287, it said, now maybe that this book has been written, maybe, just maybe, I'll go back to that football idea that I had and talk football like nobody else has ever done.
Oh, that's crazy. That was foreshadow of your own life.
And that's how
That's
I'm going to
insane.
pick it up for the next Football is Sexy.
That's so good.
That I'm going to
That's so good.
write it, relaunch it with now a Football is Sexy, entrepreneurial, everything I've learned, everything I've been through in these last few seasons and what I'm still hoping to do.
I love that.
Yeah. I forgot why I said that. There was a reason. What was it? I don't know.
Does it even matter?
I don't know.
I'm
But
on
I
the
think it's
wavelength.
just like the manifesting and talking about like the why.
The why
Oh,
is
that's
everything.
what it was.
The why is everything.
There's so much I want to do with my brand and give back, but we need to make money.
You have to make money. It's not
You got
a
to make
nonprofit.
money.
No.
It's not a nonprofit.
It costs money to run these businesses.
100%.
And
A lot.
that's part of the thing that I had to really reconcile too is like, as a woman with boundaries and all these things, is like, we cannot just be doing work for free. Like, this is not a nonprofit. And I think that's something as a woman I like to speak about too, because women are afraid to increase prices. They're afraid to make sales. You know, they think that they're a bitch if they have a boundary. There's all these things with women in business and mindset.
I'm
And it
afraid to
really-
get paid half the time.
Exactly.
I'm like, thank you for paying me.
It's like knowing
At
your
all.
worth. You know,
Yeah, it's
like
knowing
I
your worth.
finally had to.
We were just talking about this on another episode.
Somebody was, I was kind of promoting their brand, and at some point, I'm like, okay,
You need to pay me for this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
'Cause
I
you have a
can't-
platform.
I have a platform now, and people are starting. I get a lot of product. That's great, but I need to monetize, and so I kindly had to have a conversation and just be like, I can't keep doing this.
No.
unless
Well,
you
they're
guys-
using you.
Yeah,
They see you have a
yeah,
platform. They know.
for sure. So
Was that hard
ended.
for you?
No, because I think so. Last year I had a mantra of what's meant for me will be for me,
Yes.
right? This year I'm feeling different.
Ooh,
How?
explain.
Yeah. Come on. We're in the year of the fire horse.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
This
What is
year-
it?
Charge forward.
Yeah, right.
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck that. This year I feel like I've had to navigate, and then this is what the book's going to probably touch on as well. I've had to navigate being the small fish in a really big sea of sharks. Not only male dominated, but very few women. I'll say it like this: a lot of women are going for one spot. So I had to navigate being the new kid on the block, even on a social media page, even in the space of women. And I've had to navigate emotions and egos
Oh, yeah.
and politics, all of it. That's probably the hardest part of what I'm doing. This year, I feel like, listen, I don't have 1 million followers yet, but that's my goal. I don't even have
will.
You'll get
100,000
there.
yet.
No, you will.
But I spent no money on marketing, and I've done this from scratch. I started with 400 followers. So,
Amen.
we're over 100,000 easy on the 3 platforms. But I say all that to say, this year I feel like I'm not going to play small for your benefit.
That's right. I feel the same way.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, I get it.
Like,
You almost have to have your starter foundation period of time. And then once you hit your stride and actually have clarity on what you're doing and you have a little bit of work and reps under your belt and
Yeah.
momentum behind what you're doing, then you're ready to go all in and
Right.
not apologize for it.
right. And it's very important to me that I'm aligned with the right people.
It's everything.
So like right now I have something going on we'll talk about after, but like, and some people are like, I'll help you with that. But not all money is good money.
no.
No, some money
Right?
is big at first, it seems, and then it actually makes you backtrack a little bit.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
my gut, I'm like, but what do you come with?
Yeah. No, I always, okay, let me tell you
Right?
something. I do not, Kira knows this. I say it almost every day. I do not chase friendships, any kind of relationships, and I do not chase business deals.
Yep.
And then my father-in-law always says, he's a brilliant businessman. And he's like, often what looks good from far is far from good. And when I consider who I'm working with, money, the carrots being dangled, all the things, I look at all of it and I
Yes.
take my time deciding.
Yes.
And I'm telling you right now, when it feels like a no,
It's a no.
it's a no.
Yeah.
And I don't,
Even think twice.
nope.
Yep.
I am like so ruthless about that.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it. It's
Well-
not worth it.
So I have a famous phrase.
Okay.
You want to hear it?
I do.
I always say it's famous, but it's only famous to me, unless you've read the book. You might know it. But it's so before football, I ran mortgage companies my whole career. So I was like the top salesperson in the
I did
real
not
estate
see that
business.
coming.
Yeah, people would be shocked. But anyway. And so this comes from being on the sales side for over probably 30 years. And it is a fact. How it starts is always how it ends.
Oh, that's good.
Think about that. Think about it from your relationships,
Oh, yeah.
business relationships.
Red flags.
Ask yourself, how did this start? And think about how it ended. And almost always, if it started hard or they were difficult, guaranteed it ended that way.
I see that.
So knowing that, I'm like, okay, how it starts is how it ends. And some people I've met along the way have been amazing from day one, and they're still around. And some people are not, for whatever reason.
That is so poignant. Where did you get that from?
Myself.
That was
Witnessing
so
life.
good.
Witnessing. So in part of my mortgage industry career, I taught sales. I hired, I fired. I would go into mortgage companies and rebrand them. Like one in particular, they had done 18 loans a month with 19 loan officers. And I'm like, that's bad math. That means everybody's closing one loan. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And the revenue was $3,500 per loan. And so I was just like, so they hired me to come in and redo the whole thing. And I love that. So again, not shocking that I ended up building something because I didn't realize it then, but I love building.
I bet she's a builder, human design.
Oh, yeah. Generator. Or is builder a different one?
Yeah, no, generator is a builder.
Yeah.
Ooh, you guys are going to tell me about that later.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
It's a whole other thing.
We study people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I went in there and to answer your question, I taught sales for very long. And I almost made that into a whole different career. And part of that came from, I think, when I was teaching sales. I'm like, you got to know who you're talking to. And if you listen and shut up, and stop talking, because most salespeople talk too much.
Yes.
The successful salespeople listen.
Yep.
So I was trying to teach that, and I'm like, and how it starts is how it ends. So if you have a client where your gut is like, this guy's an asshole,
Right.
hang up the phone.
Right. Be done.
Know your worth.
100%.
No, you're going to try. Dude, I'm telling you right now, end it.
I have a question. Do you teach any mindset as part of your teaching acumen? Because there's a certain self-confidence you possess. I'm not surprised because you had two amazing dads, and they say a woman's self-confidence and self-worth actually comes from the way her father has treated her from a young age. I see that like with my sister and I, we're completely different. Best dad ever. Just curious.
I touch a lot in the book, in The Next Quiet Voice. So there's a lot of it through business side of that, and then through my spiritual journey, being sober 17 plus years, that I've learned a lot along the way. And what a lot of people don't know, and I'll tell you, is like part of football is sexy and all the things is like I really want to be a motivational speaker.
Oh, that makes sense.
I just feel like I have a lot to give. I went through hell several times. And so to answer your question, it's something that I think is in me.
Yeah, I see it in you. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. And I do speak in sobriety. Like I've been asked to speak, but I think that's why I also want to do the book, because the book will, I think, help me level up that where maybe people might want to.
Well, it'll add context.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
for everyone to hear your full story so
Yeah.
that when you speak, they can understand like where it's coming from.
It's something I definitely feel very drawn to, that I'd love to speak about, not just football, but life.
Right.
This is just going to be able to give me the platform. And honestly, it's like God's plan is just always, I'm just following. I always say, ride the wave. I'm riding the wave. But in my mind, I'm also manifesting. I feel like I'm a Netflix series. I feel like all these things. And we're just going to keep meeting incredible people like you, and let God tell me where I'm supposed to be.
I love
know?
that. Well,
That's a good place to.
that's a great place to end. thank you so much, Monica,
No,
for
thank
coming.
you.
So can you share where people can follow you, stalk you, buy from you, engage with you,
Yes.
fight about their favorite football
Let's
team,
go.
honey?
Boot camp.
Yeah, football is
Respectfully.
sexy almost on every platform now, that every stream podcast, our website. Let's see what else. Social is probably the best one. Our biggest platform is Instagram. But definitely subscribe to the podcast. I'm telling you. So like I'm having people, not just football people on. I have like this tomorrow one drops. His name's Elliot Mintz. He is one of the
I
biggest.
know who he is.
You know Elliot?
PR guy.
Yeah.
The biggest. He was Paris Hilton's
Yes.
in the middle of her mess.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Everyone knows. I mean, he's an iconic PR guy.
Well, Elliot's podcast drops tomorrow.
Oh.
There's 2 parts. And most people will be like, why are you having Elliot on your Football Sexy podcast? And my answer to that is because I love people. And
He's Elliot Mintz, you fucktard.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah. And then we talk a little bit of, if the guest is not a football fan, I find a way to make it fun. And if they are, even better. But I'm really on the podcast. I'm looking for the most exciting, interesting people, not just athletes.
Right.
So please subscribe and let's go.
Absolutely.
And
Let's
Elliot's a
do
friend of
that.
mine. He's been a friend for a very long time.
And he's iconic.
You're going to love the podcast.
I cannot wait to listen
That's
to
cool.
that.
I went to his house to do it.
I think it's good to mix up your content anyway, because
Yeah.
you're going to have your diehards and then your tryhards like
Yeah,
me.
I love
and we
it.
like all the content.
And I weave it in, and I don't want to just like you said, be the brand you are.
Yes.
This is literally who I
who
am.
you are, and that's why
This
it's
is
going to
it.
work.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, congratulations, Monica, on all your
Yes.
success. I know it is not easy to build what you've built, and we are super supportive and excited for everything that you're doing. We see your vision. That's why you're here with us, because we just have that connection authentically with you and believe in you so much.
And vice versa. And for you people that don't see everything behind it, this is amazing. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely sexy, high class, premier. What you've built here is absolutely amazing. I'm
Thank you.
honored that you even thought of having me. So thank you. And I'm excited to talk more and
Yeah.
see where the wind takes us.
We're going to get off these mics and go gab over
Let's
some
go,
lunch.
Gab.
Let's go, Gab girls. Well, you guys follow Monica at Football is Sexy, and you can find me in studio at Kimberly Levy. My handle's at Iconic Nation Media or at Kimberly Levy. Everything's in the show notes. You guys don't have to worry about it. We got you. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Let's go.